We tend to normalize this issue of human trafficking. For example, in Korean barbers, it was very typical, and it's understood that after you get a haircut, you get special services. And they usually say, do you want to go in the back room? When I was working in Chinatown, it was normal to walk 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, midnight, and you find dozens of massage parlors that are open.
I remember when I was a defense attorney, and I would interview the women who were charged with prostitution, and I'd be like, oh, this is great. I'm just going to take this case. It's going to be a quick interview. I don't have to spend a lot of time on it because they're going to go out and see the judge and she's going to get 10 days in jail. And it's just going to be basically recycle her back into this life.
We're finding victims through the criminal justice system, through the courts. They're oftentimes arrested on prostitution charges and no investigations are done, no questions are asked.
We're looking at entrapment. We're looking at lack of choice. We're looking at human beings that absolutely need our help to get out of it.
I believe that modern-day slavery is the greatest expression of evil in our world today. There is no clearer face, no more willfully defiant expression of oppression than slavery. There are many kinds of suffering, many kinds of evil, but this creeping darkness that we see in the commoditization of people for profit and for pleasure is a unique evil. Slavery stands alone as an expression of evil in that this evil has a specific face in its perpetrator. It has an address where it can be found in massage parlors and on back-page escort ads. And this evil has a specific face in its victims whose innocence is sliced away dollar by dollar, yen by yen, and euro by euro.
Now, I couldn't imagine ever participating in anything like that. If an attorney came in front of me and just tried to plead out a girl just so she can get out and go back into the hands of the pimp, I wouldn't let that take place.
This is just such an evil issue that has systemically affected so many different systems all across the world.
In the Price of Life campaign, we bring a substantive address to the issues of human trafficking politically, legally, commercially, academically, but also spiritually. We believe that the real and lasting change that we seek can only come through the person and power of Jesus Christ. For far too long, the church in the West has dichotomized and individualized our faith, failing to apply Christ to culture and the power of the cross to evil and oppression.
This is something that we have to engage. And if we have to engage it, then who better to be leading that than the church?
InterVarsity has been in New York City for over 60 years, and we see it through the New York City Urban Project. We see all kinds of people being trafficked, both labor and sexually exploited, human trafficking. And because of that, that's really motivated us to put together this campaign called the Price of Life NYC.
In the fall of 2013, InterVarsity and a coalition of churches, campus ministries, anti-trafficking organizations, and nonprofits are going to be calling people to radical faith and radical action at 80 events all around New York City on 10 campuses.
We're doing a proxy station in the middle of Times Square, and a proxy station is an interactive visual display where we're engaging people in a conversation about human trafficking.
The goal of these proxy stations, these artistic displays that will actually meet people where they're at in the streets to say, hey, this issue is going on right around the corner and right around the world. What are you going to do about it?
This is a gospel truth that we can communicate on a street corner that is going to draw people in. With that dialogue, they're going to become more aware of this issue and more aware of what draws us to do this. And naturally, many of these people are going to come into faith in Jesus Christ.
We're going to have a culminating large event at a major venue where we hope to see thousands of people who will come out and learn about how to fight human trafficking from a Christian perspective.
And tonight we are asking the question, what does Jesus Christ have to do with the modern-day slave trade? And my contention here this evening is that he has everything to do with establishing justice in our lifetime. In fact, we believe that the human trafficking industry is fundamentally a spiritual problem.
We can mobilize and come together to fight this. And in the midst of that, we can be proclaiming the gospel, because the gospel is powerful, and powerful enough to see lives transformed. Even the traffickers need to hear the gospel and need to repent.
An evangelistic event like this, which focuses on human traffic, is extraordinarily strategic in a context like New York. It's a tremendous doorway into conversations of faith and why people are motivated to be involved in issues of justice.
A program like this is certainly going to bring, it's not just awareness, it's even more than that. It's to a higher level. It's awareness plus action.
What's so great about this campaign is that it's going to offer concrete solutions and opportunities for people to be active participants in the fight against modern-day slavery.
As Christians, we believe all real and enduring problems are primarily spiritual in nature. Through InterVarsity's Price of Life campaigns around the country, we've sought to address trafficking substantially, to engage it from every cultural and spiritual vantage point. We've brought together some of the best leaders in politics, medicine, law, academia, business, and faith communities. We've also sought to proclaim Jesus Christ through the lens of justice in the context of these campaigns. Without the gospel and the sustaining spiritual power that Jesus alone can bring, we are merely addressing trafficking from a human perspective. While it's important to do so, to bring all the human capital we can in addressing an evil like human trafficking, we believe that the real and lasting change that we seek can only come through the person and power of Jesus Christ.